was that?
That's a great question. I didn't get to that part of the read yet. You cut me to the quick there. But they built one in Houston, and this is kind of the new thing. So
you know what? We talk about it on Pattern every day, Monday through Friday, from noon to 1 Eastern time.
Look at that.
So ask Stephanie.
That was a nice
We've had several 3D printed homes, haven't we, George?
Plug.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. All right. I like it, guys.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. And we thank you for joining us here as America's Morning Headquarters rolls on. This is Tuesday upon us, right?
It's Tuesday, though. I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Tuesday's one of those days. Like, what? Tuesday. Well, we're going to keep it going here. We've got the Weather Channel here for you, helping you plan all of your big events ahead, including what could happen with all the rain this week. We've got 2 areas to watch. One in the plains, another in the west. Both have big amounts of precipitation coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been talking about just how wet and unsettled it's been in the west all winter long. Of course, snowy as well, but also back into the middle of the country, parts of the plains, parts of the mid-south. It's been very, very soggy there, and now we're bringing additional rain into those areas.
Spring break season has begun. We're going to take you to some hot spots where people are going, take you to 2 of our favorite spots as well.
Yes, indeedy. And how about flying on hydrogen power?
Yes.
That could be something, right?
So today we're talking about 3D printing. We're talking about hydrogen as a fuel source. A lot of innovation.
Is this Pattern?
I know, right? Steph, we're stealing your show. No, she's on her way out. All right, Alex, what else watching for some rainfall out there that will be heavy at times. Rainfall that will be, unfortunately, bringing the risk of flash flooding and thunderstorms, something we certainly have to watch out for. Michigan, again, is going to be a spot where we see some wintry weather coming in. But let's take you back to the Twin Cities. Minneapolis, we've had a lot of snow. I'm going to show you the stats. We're going to change the landscape again. Already, we actually have a snowpack on the ground. We're going to bring in more snow. And some of that snow could be heavy at times. We're going to be adding up. We're going to be adding to the snowpack. The snow could actually start blowing around in some wind as well. Let's get to all of it, Minneapolis. Here's your winter so far. We've had 74.7 inches of snow. That's well above the average of 51 inches, and the record snowy season is 98. I'd say we have a chance at this. It's only March, and we know how long it can snow up here into the spring season. So we got Minneapolis this week with the forecast right now from Wednesday to Friday, going for about 3 to 5 inches across town, east side of town to get about 4, maybe a little bit more over to the western side of town, the St. Paul area. Now, we're looking at winter storm warnings, dark blue, winter weather advisories, the lighter blue, winter storm watches here in the bright blue. Now, those could either become winter weather advisories or winter storm warnings. It just depends on the impacts to the local area. So let's take a look at what's coming together, the pieces. There's 2 things I want to point out on this water vapor. One is that we've got our system still spinning here over the west, kind of see that big trough dipping on in, little disturbances within that. Those are going to ride up over here into the upper Midwest. But also, we've got this pretty persistent plume of moisture. You see that sort of fetch of water vapor moving in from the southwest. That's the moisture. And you have to have a lot of moisture to get the kind of snow totals that we're expecting in parts of North Dakota and South Dakota. We see that moisture lifting northward. And for today, we're going to watch that upper disturbance move on in. So snow will be on the increase. And then it spreads to the east as we get through the middle of the week. Snow showers out there already in Bismarck, Rapid City. The cold air is there as well. Snow showers on the move by tonight into Minnesota, perhaps parts of Iowa as well. And then I think really the Wednesday and the Thursday, Friday system, that's the one that taps into more of it, more upper level energy, more moisture coming on in. That snow could be heavier at times, really disrupting travel. Even if it's only 3 or 4 inches, we're going to have issues on the roadways. It will be cold enough. Chicago even could get some snow out of this. Detroit, Cleveland, what a winter Cleveland, or lack of winter Cleveland. Don't think you're getting a ton out of the system, though. Everything else farther either to the north or to the northern plains, where we have 8 to 12 inches in the forecast. Alex, how's it going in California after all of our snow?
I'd say it continues for this, but there's a point where it's like,
it's a good reminder.
let it calm down for just a bit.
Yeah, this time a wetter storm too, so more rain.
Yes, more rain, possible flooding.
Mm-hmm. Today on or yesterday, I should say, on our question of the day, we were asking about the cold snap coming and if you had any concerns, either about plants that have bloomed early or maybe something else like you. And we had some responses we want to share. Victoria Eaton said,
we got spring break. But then I thought, as a college student, I don't think you care what time of the year it is.
A break is a break.
You get a full week. You're taking it whenever.
Yeah, we were on a break. Yeah. But it's also midway through the semester.
Right. When you think about it, it does make sense.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, weather-wise, it can be tough. Can you imagine March
It could be cold.
1993.
Yeah, yes, I remember March 1993 in Daytona Beach. It was freezing. We had
Yeah.
sweatshirts on.
See? We'll be back in just a bit.